Bang, let's go. Right, welcome to Tea with Tom, Alice and Elizabeth today.
Woo!
Another special guest. We feel that it's more popular when we bring someone on. So, watch the numbers grow as soon as Elizabeth joins in.
No pressure.
I know, that's it.
It's all my fans.
We can't have a lower viewing now. That would be awkward.
Yeah, please.
No, it won't happen. Guaranteed. We had like 30. I don't look at the views normally, but we did have like 35 views on the last one. Even 35 views blows my mind. I know Elizabeth's one of them, unless you watch it more than once.
No, I think we only watched that one once.
Yeah.
We watched the tiny harmonica one a couple of times. But just the bit where Alice talked about your tiny harmonica.
Glad we brought this back up again.
So
You're
anyone
welcome.
who doesn't know Elizabeth, you've been a Rebel member for
Since 2017.
2017.
So what colour buff is that? That's what we all want to know.
I got the green one.
Green?
Yeah,
So
not
then you
a
got-
fan of green.
No,
So
it's.
did you get yellow next?
I
Or
think
have
it's
you got
maroon.
Is it maroon after green? Ah, okay.
Yeah, it will, because it'll be maroon and then it's the 10-year.
Yeah, that's what I'm hanging out for.
Oh, God.
But we did know Elizabeth way before, anyway,
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
early
Yeah.
days of Rebel.
Well, because did you come to the Prince's Trust?
Yeah,
To get
came
help
to the
setting
Prince's
up.
Trust.
So Sam Lees, hi Sam, you better be watching me.
Yeah.
Was helping you out, and she roped me in because you were needing help with your finances.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Well,
Just
nothing changes.
nothing changes. I used to be an accountant, but I'm
Yeah.
all right now. And I remember sitting in Sam's back garden, drinking prosecco and helping you with your finances.
I do
which
remember
could
that.
explain why they're still in a mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Sam kept saying, "Oh, you should come to Rebel, you'll love it." And I kept saying, "Yeah, I'll come when I'm fit enough."
Yeah.
And then it was the Dub It Dash.
Oh.
Dub It Dash. I saw some pictures of that the other day.
R.I.P.
One of the best events I think we've ever done. It's a shame we didn't bring it back. It was a lot of work at the
I was
time.
gonna say it must have been a huge amount of work.
It was the poor old lady doing the t-shirts. That was slave labour.
Oh, let's not bring that story up again.
I've still got my t-shirt.
Yeah, that's
That was one of the only meetings. So we went in because there's this other lady who was helping, and she set up the meeting with this embroidery, and I was like, well, surely we're not going to get every t-shirt embroidered, and
because she had one sewing machine and she embroidered herself.
yeah, and it was hundreds of t-shirts, and it's the only meeting where I've left halfway through. I was just so uncomfortable because I knew this wasn't going anywhere. Like, we didn't really have a say in it. I was like, oh, I'm really sorry, I've got somewhere to be, and I just left. I was like, no, I'm not
Poor
dealing
old lady,
with this.
because and it wasn't just one logo. It was there's
Yeah.
like companies that sponsor. They were getting.
I just thought it was
And
going to
her-
be printed like this.
Yeah, I know. So
Wow.
hey, that was.
But it was such a good event, though.
It
Like,
was a great event, and we entered a team. So I worked at Elevator at that point. I think, was that before or after you did the Accelerator?
That must have been after because they redid.
Yeah, so I think that's probably why we entered a team, because you had
Yeah.
been in the Accelerator, so we would support. So I got roped into going, and I did it, and I finished it, and it was so much fun. I couldn't believe I'd got right. Was it 5K?
Yeah.
yeah.
With all the obstacles and
Obstacles,
everything, and I thought to myself when I got home, well, if I can do that, surely I can do a class on a Saturday morning or whatever, and that's when I joined.
Can we bring up?
I was wondering, would you want to mention my first class, Tom?
Honestly,
Well,
as always with West Hill and paying attention, they actually didn't do what I'd asked them to do. So
So
but
this
we
is
never
a-
we never draw attention. Everything's at your own pace. If you go faster, you get pushed harder. You guys know the drill. You're all rebels. So
So it's my first class. I finally plucked up the courage after, 5 years
yeah,
to join. I can do this.
and then I sent them all on a lap in the park, which is normally fine. So they all come running round, and I'm like, all right, run back to the last person and back, just so you keep moving, which was Elizabeth on her first class, not wanting to draw attention to herself. I'm sure everyone here knows what their first class is like, so they
and
just
even
want
that,
to...
like even that first lap, like when
Yeah.
that
You
first-
just don't want any attention drawn to yourself. You don't want, you just want to get your head down, get the session done, get through it.
Thing is, it was the end of the session as well,
Yeah.
so I was absolutely knackered. And I was at many rebels before I managed to run a full lap of that park. So I started walking, I was miles behind everyone. And I saw people starting to run back. My first thought was, oh, we're going to have to do another lap. But the first person, I think it was maybe Will Poynton,
I was thinking it was Will Poynton.
got to me and went, hi, how you doing? And then turned and started walking with me.
Yeah.
and then the next person, and the next person.
It's like they were championing Elizabeth back to the finish line.
I mean,
Just
this
like
was everyone.
all attention
Oh
on
my
Elizabeth, and I was like, oh, that's not what I wanted them to do. I wanted them to run there, run back. So they're all getting pushed, so everyone's working hard.
No.
But instead, no, they walk back with you.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if you told me at the time, being like, that is not what I wanted, or if it was a couple of years later. But I knew as soon as they started doing it, I was like, no, that's not what they're meant to be doing. And that's what I'd not wanted, like, didn't want to happen.
Yeah. You were lucky. If it had been anyone else, it would probably put them off for
They'd let
life.
them
Hey,
know
but
they're
that's
doing
it.
that.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than having a new person and your first session being a sprint one. I
Yeah.
think like we've done it before where we'll have new people coming, it'll be a sprint session planned, and you'll be like, oh god, if they like it, they're coming back and they're going to get stuck in. But most people get put off there and then because it's the running side of things that they don't enjoy.
Well, I took up running to get better at boot camp, so
Yeah, well there we go.
yeah. Look where that got me.
7 years in.
7 years in.
Almost more, 8.
Yeah. 2 half marathons, 4 Saltire 24s.
Oh my god.
All just to get better at running so as I could do better.
Yeah.
I liked your little photo book.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Was
yeah.
it, who made that?
I made it. Yeah.
Oh, you made it and gave it to them? Oh,
Yeah.
that was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the story of Elizabeth, and she's
Yeah.
not looked back since.
Not looked back since. No, definitely not.
So yeah, welcome.
I know.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, that was- that's
You know,
all
here we go. Right, we're 6.5 minutes into our what we tried to keep to 10 minutes, but we've now realised that it's just escalated, which is fine. I think it's quite nice, just let the conversation flow. So quick look back on the week. Highlights.
Favorite part, probably Ride the North Saturday.
I don't know.
110k, really social, lots of cake stops, ideal.
Probably mine. The last week went so fast. Did we have anything on the weekend before?
Yeah, we had Ellie's class, that was really good.
Ellie's class on the Sunday. Yeah, it's good to have
Sunday.
Ellie back.
I can't think.
Well,
Oh, the dash.
I was just going to
The
say,
dash.
my highlight was the dash.
Oh,
There was another good turnout at the dash.
That
I
was
do like it
really
when
fun.
everyone gets stuck in. That was
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I'm riding also up there. Obviously had my lads golf day the day before. Not ideal prep for the cycle, but yeah, it was good. What's coming up? So what we were talking about, we've got the gut health challenge.
Yeah, that's kicked off on WhatsApp.
Which is interesting. We were trying to figure out, I mean, gut health seems like it's becoming more and more important. I had this conversation with someone where like, I don't know how much of a fact this is, but if you line out your large and small intestines, it's like the size of a football pitch. Honestly, look at these faces.
I like
they
how
just
Tom
got.
said, I don't know how true this fact is, but I'm going to share it with everyone anyway. And
Spreading fake news. This
like-
is how it happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to have to Google that at some
I
point.
know. But the idea of the gut health challenge, we know it's really hard to stick with something, so we're trying to do a different challenge each week. We've just kick-started week 1, which is rainbow plates. That's going to lead us well into week 2, which is like 20 to 30 plant-based foods in a week, and then each week we do something different to try and make it better. See if it helps you feel more energized for boot camp. Feeling it's not about calorie counting or cutting anything out. If you want to do that alongside it, then yeah, that's absolutely fine, but it's kind of just trying to get people thinking more about what they're eating.
I think that's what I was trying to get my point across to with that fact, is that it's obviously an important part of your body. For it to be that big,
Well, if it is that big.
like for it to be that big, it obviously plays a role in how you function, say mental health, and actually more information comes out about having that varied diet and your gut health and the bacteria there. It seems to influence so much more than just kind of going to the toilet. But like, so that's why we kind of took it on as a bit of a challenge, because when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to mental health, when it comes to energy, it's proving to be more and more important, and we like to make challenges something that are a bit more fun than kind of calorie counting.
Yeah.
So how can we do it in our own way to kind of help people relate to it in a more positive way? And this is what we've come up with, which is why, so, you know, we do it in little bite-sized chunks. We do it as a group and a team, because, you know, the camaraderie and the support kind of keeps the momentum there as well. And it's a nice, easy start, like you said, with the coloured plates.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing seeing, so day 1 today, 1st of September, it's amazing seeing people put in the pictures of their food already. Even when we were talking about it, it's amazing how it reframes the way you think when you're like, okay, Alice woke up and she was like, oh, I can't just have a piece of toast. Not saying there's nothing wrong with having a piece of toast, but all of a sudden you're thinking, okay, where can I add colour to this plate? Whether it's a smoothie or whether it's adding, a few lettuce leaves to it. But it's, I think it's positive.
And, Alice and I have taken it very seriously. So when we had hot chocolates earlier, we got marshmallows in it. So it wasn't just brown; it had the pink and the white as well.
That's it.
For the marshmallows.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, you guys kind of did this with me last year when I did the Rebel Boost, and it worked really, really well for me. Because don't tell me I can't have something and I'm going to want it, but tell me to add extra colours to my plate. Telling me to get extra protein in, that all worked really, really well for me. And I lost a bit of weight while doing it, but my focus wasn't on losing weight. It was about feeling better and being able to do all the mad exercises that you two were getting me to do for that 12
That
weeks.
is fueling being so important, isn't it? And this isn't a challenge where if you've missed today, you're out.
No.
So if you watch
You
this
can
video
join
in a
it
week's
anytime.
time or whenever, the WhatsApp group's going to be on all month. So get yourself involved because
No bronze, silver, gold then.
no bronze,
Never
silver,
again.
gold.
Don't even mention that to me.
Same with the winter challenge. We're not that far away. End of October, it'll be the next once a week consistency challenge. And there is only gold.
Yeah.
You're either in or you're out. No half measures.
No. Exactly.
This isn't, a participation award thing. We've gotten rid of that.
But also, the Gut Health Challenge ties in well with the welcome back of the Great British Bake Off, which starts tomorrow, Tuesday. So I'll get names for anyone who wants to do the Rebel Great British Bake Off, where if your baker gets sent out, then you have to bring bakes to boot camp. We've already said that last year people were a bit flaky, so we're going to have a WhatsApp group and make sure you bring your bakes down.
Another thing coming up is the Broadhill Trilogy. That's going to be coming out in a couple of weeks. It's our Leave It All on the Hill challenge. So there's going to be 20 places. It's run by Danny and Emma, and it's 45 minutes to an hour session at Broadhill. Each session slightly different, using the hill in a slightly different way, but absolutely going to be done to push you guys. Their previous sessions, which was Box on the Beach, and what was the first one? The Seaton Park. We level it up, so you're coming down to get pushed, you're coming down with that attitude, and that's going to absolutely carry on with this one. I think the first one will be the 15th of September, so we'll open it up soon. What we're thinking about, this is just throwing this out here now, but it'll be interesting to see what you think, Elizabeth, but the Rebel More membership, top tier, being able to book into classes 2 weeks in advance compared to 1 week. First impressions.
Seeing it live right now.
See? Woo! Throw it in.
Well, we've been for coffee and everything, they never mentioned
Yeah,
this.
I know.
It was, your response was, I'm just going to go with the flow, and that's how this always works.
Absolutely. So, if it's restricted numbers, then absolutely, let us book in earlier. And it might encourage, because I've noticed the past couple with Danny and Emma, it's been limited spaces, but people have still not signed up to the last minute.
Yeah.
So it might encourage people to sign up a little bit sooner. It's worth trying.
Perk to the top tier.
You spoke about having it as an extra that people could, who weren't members could just buy a package for those 3 sessions. I think that's a great idea in your push to get 30 new members in 90 days.
Exactly. So this is the follow-up from 30 new members in 90 days, which we've been talking about more at boot camp. We've been getting posters out. We want to encourage you to bring your friends and anyone or colleagues, anyone you think might enjoy coming to Rebel, because I mentioned last week's video that we had an Edinburgh member who's leaving, and she's like, I just wish I knew about this sooner, and it's amazing how many people think like that. So it's not always easy to get down. I think get new people down to boot camp. I think there's a shift in the way some people train, especially with these High Rocks events and other sort of challenges that I tend to see. I do talk to other businesses, see people kind of dropping into specific speciality training sessions more often. So I was like, right, what if we turned the Broadhill Trilogy into a specific session where we opened up spaces to non-members for £40 for 3 sessions, say, and use that as a way to, almost a bit of a taster for Rebel. I mean, it kind of gives them a bit more skin in the game, having to pay and be there. And if they enjoy it, we obviously do a lot of things like this that would be part of their membership. So yeah, I'm hoping that kind of triggers. And the challenge for us would be putting it out there. Like, so we've kind of changed tack. Our first start of the year, we were talking about we wanted to be visible. So how do we increase visibility at Rebel? Now it's still there, but I was talking to Alice about communication, and Elizabeth, that's something you're helping us with, is how can we communicate this better? Which is what I think you guys can help with as well, as you know, with the 30 members in 90 days. How do we make sure that the information gets out there to the right people? How do we make sure kind of they're being responded to, and you know, they're coming on board? And it's interesting, as soon as you say, okay, right, communication's becoming a bit of a focus, it does a bit like the colourful plates. It's like, all right, how are we communicating this? Are we doing it in the best way? Is there more we can do? And it'll be the same with the Broadhill trilogy. Yeah. So how do we communicate it better? And again, we'll probably ask you guys for help. If there's people you know who, you know, train somewhere else but like to push themselves, this might be the perfect thing for them to get involved with. And we've also spoken about, you know, with the addition of new trainers like Danny and Emma, it's great, but if our membership base isn't growing, it's really hard to use new trainers because they don't bring any money in. And this gives a way all of a sudden to maybe make classes slightly more profitable without us just kind of spending out on trainers, and bring some in, which kind of supports as well.
Where are you in the 30 new members? Now that was your job, Tom.
But it was, well, I don't actually think we've had a new member in the last 7 days.
Do you not think?
No.
Okay.
Not since Lindsay McInnes.
But she signed up last week. She counts.
Okay, one. And
What
we
about since
including
we-
cancellations, because we've
Well, I was
also
gonna
had
say
3
net.
cancellations.
Okay. What's your action? So Thursday night at the Dash, you told them about the 30 members in 90 days, and you spoke about your leaflets. Did you take an action from that, Tom?
So we've just had an interruption to our video, which is our mother who's just walked into the room.
Not my mum.
No.
Oh, hi mum. Hi mum, bye mum.
Last week it was the tree blowing over. This week it's our mum walking in.
With sweeties that didn't look very colourful.
I know. I don't even know what that was for. What's my action from it? I don't know if I needed another action.
Oh, you did, because there were several people there who said, I love the leaflet idea, but I need a smaller one.
Oh, A5.
Yes, because at least Elaine and Laurie said they had places they could leave it if they had a smaller one.
Perfect.
And I think that would probably work for quite a lot of people. I actually got chatting to my neighbour yesterday and was telling her about Rebel, as I do, because I am a Rebel evangelist after 5 years of being reluctant to join. And I think she was like, oh, that sounds really good actually. She's seen the flags at Duffy Park and all that. And I think my next step would be slip a wee leaflet through the door, just saying.
Little fly in the neighbourhood.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's because
A5 is better than a big A4 thing.
Yeah.
A4 is fine for like Costa or some putting it around the shops, I guess. Because when Tom did a shout out for business coaching help, Elizabeth kind of got in touch, so she's keeping on top of it. We've got a spreadsheet. Yeah, we've got a spreadsheet we're filling out. I'm in charge of the social media, so I'm using Buffer actually. I don't know if anyone uses Buffer. Yeah, really good. So you can schedule all your posts and things in advance, which is handy.
Alice was finding it taking over her life a wee bit. It was like the first thing you had to think about when you woke up in the morning. It's the last thing you're thinking about when you went to sleep. So you're now setting aside a specific time of the week and you're scheduling. There will be reactionary stuff you need to do, but on the whole. And are you giving your trainers challenges of things to do?
I haven't yet for social media. I haven't yet.
That's maybe the next step.
Yeah.
Starting with Craig Taylor to take more than a 3-second video.
Oh, that last video, to be fair, I saw that, Craig. I was like, what is this?
I don't think I saw that.
It wasn't this. There wasn't any content from this week, but the week before, I was like, what is that video I just watched? And to be fair, I've not been much better lately. So it's hard to criticise one person when I feel like I could probably step up my game a little bit as well.
Well, we all could, couldn't we? But because I on Saturday thought Emma probably won't do the shout out for more members when we're cooling down, so I'm going to do it, and then I completely forgot because I got blethering to someone. So
it's so easy to do as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much just to distract you, especially for the last 5 minutes of the
Yeah,
class
yeah.
where you're stretching off.
Yeah.
So God, that's everything that's going on at the moment. It's quite a lot. Lots of cool things to look forward to. Anything else we want to add?
Nothing I can think of.
Anything happening this weekend? Crath is halved in 2 weekends' time, is it?
I don't think there's anything this weekend actually. So, there might. I was thinking about a social run.
No, I wondered if there would be a run on
Yeah,
Sunday.
because next week is Crathis Half, the week after is Beast Race. So I've got one at the end
Beast
of
Race, there's another one coming up.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do a social run on Sunday, just low key,
Lovely.
chilled run.
So keep an eye out then for Gut Health Challenge. Join in. 30 members in 90 days. And Bake
Bring
Off.
a friend.
And bring a friend, Bake Off.
And Broadhill Trilogy.
And Broadhill Trilogy. That is it.
Month.
Right, thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks to Elizabeth for
Cheers.
joining in. A little bit of history there. See you later on.